Yo, what is good, everyone? It is Mladen here, coming to you guys back with another video. In today's video, it's going to be a quick vlog. The reason why I haven't been posting as of lately is because I have fallen in love with a new hobby, and I want to share that hobby with you guys today. So, the hobby is actually running. I'm going for a cheeky little jog every other day, and one started off as being gassed out from running 450 meters turned into now running 3.4 kilometers in a very short period of time. I want to share what I have done and pass on some of the advice and new learnings that I've gained over the past 4 to 6 weeks. And it goes something like this. The first thing that you need to do is keep a steady pace. The best way to maintain a steady pace is using a smartwatch. And with that being said, I have found for myself to be in between 150 to 160 beats per minute. So my heart rate beating at that during that minute. If I can maintain that, I can run longer. So I put the theory to the test without a smartwatch first. I did this just mentally. And then I ran a kilometer, and then 1.2, and then 1.4, and then 1.6. And I made my way up to 2 kilometers. And then at that time, I was gassing out, and I realized that I plateaued. Thankfully, one of my brothers, Chris Castillo, check his Instagram here, follow him, send him some love, tell him I sent you. He is the running connoisseur. Now, he probably doesn't think that, but I call him that because he definitely knows a lot more than I do when it comes to running. And if there's anything that I like to look at things when I don't, in an area that I'm not familiar with, I'm ready to become a student. And I'll always be a student in things that I'm not so good at. So I reached out to him and I'm like, hey, this is the situation. I'm looking to increase. What are your suggestions? And he's like, first thing, get a smartwatch, start monitoring your heart rates so you've actually got physical data. And secondly, I want you to buy a pair of certain shoes. So he told me to pick up the Hockers, and they look like this. I'll put them in the light. One sec. There we go. So a nice running shoe with solid grip, very light, very comfortable to wear. And he'd mentioned that they go for around like 260 or something like that. But then he found me a place that was selling it for like 165. And then on top of that, he found me a discount code that allowed another 15% off. So I got these shoes for like 145 bucks, and I was wrapped. I got this first, the smartwatch. That first day, I ran an extra 500 meters. Not too long after, I got the shoes. I ran another 500 meters. And right now, I built my way up to 3.4 kilometers as of this morning. I'm very grateful for it because I used to look at people when I would when I would be driving, and I would see people going for a run. And I always said to myself, like, a part of me is like, I would love to do that, but I can't. And I had this belief system saying that I couldn't run because I've had issues with my knee, blowing out back in high school, also when I played soccer for a local soccer club, And since then, I was advised you're not going to be able to do many things on your leg. However, that is ancient belief. That is not the reality. And I believed that for a very, very long time. It actually took me, when did I blow my knee? At 15, 14, 15? I think I was 15 at the time. I'm 30 now. It took me half my life to realize, like, hey, you can go for a run because you can fucking walk. And if you can walk, you can do almost any activity, providing that you do it in baby steps and that you don't go from 0 to 100, right? My hand's dying at the moment. Anyways, the reason why I'm sharing this is because there's lessons to be learnt in beginning something new, whether it be a habit, a hobby, a project. And it is if you don't know what you're doing, ask someone that knows what they're doing, and whatever advice that they pass on to you, experiment with that. Because we're all scientists at the end of the day. We all have to have some sort of scientific framework when we are looking at things, because just like myself, if I believed everything that was said to me, hey, I might be stuck with a belief that because of my knee blowing out, I can never run on it again. And that can be dangerous, right? That can limit potential from a lot of individuals, which was one of them. So that's the first thing. The second thing is what I have found, what I've benefited from learning. Actually, I'm dying with my arm out here. There we go. That's better. Excuse the curtain. Anyway, this is much easier. Work smarter, not harder. That's the benefit 1.5. But benefit number 2, or lesson number 2 from all of this, is that during my runs, I have realized that when it gets really hard and difficult, and I'm starting to like slow down and I can't breathe properly, even though I've brought down my pace and I know I've exhausted myself in that period of time, it reminds me of 2 things. The first thing being in the gym. And I realized straight away how much I struggle in the gym. Meaning, when I lift, when I do my time under tension workouts, I'm under load 3 to 4 times more than the average person because of the program that's been designed to me and that I'm adhering to at the moment. If you guys don't know about my physique update, here's a photo. That's sort of what I look like at the moment. Still blows my mind I sort of look like that, but onwards and upwards, and going through that and struggling and working out harder than anyone I can see in the gym. And this is not me being cocky, this is me analyzing and observing other people lifting weights, or like doing squats really quickly, or they're doing seated rows really fucking fast, and I'm like, I'm taking my time under tension. Let me load up that muscle and sort of separate it so I can hit it from every angle so I can maximize hypertrophy in that period. The feeling that I get in that gym session, I've now realized it's almost the same feeling as running when I'm about to gas out. And I'm like, hey, this is a good connection for me. I now know, and I can transfer that hard work in the gym into my running. And then something clicked again for me. When I first started to learn how to read, or when I wanted to become a little bit more smarter, more wiser, more intelligent, I struggled a lot. At the time, I didn't have the best environment for me. But thankfully, I did have a select few who did help me out in that process. But during that time, they can't be with me all the time. And when I'm on my own, I'm reading this book. I'm reading one page 4 times in a row because I don't understand what's being said. And then I have to jump onto Google to Google up what the word is that I'm not connecting to the sentence. And that was a struggle in itself. My whole personal development journey. And then I'm like, bang, that's another thing that I can transfer this hardship, this hard time that I'm going through, or the struggle or the pain, whatever it is, I can relate that to running. And I'm like, hey, I've actually got experience in this. And then all of a sudden, I've started to run a little bit further, a bit further, a bit further. My gym sessions, I'm making more progress in my life, in studying, in servicing clients, at my work, my relationships, my family, literally in all areas of life. I've started to see how doing something physically demanding, you build a muscle in your brain that tolerates and understands pain. Pain as in growth and evolution, not pain as in suffering. And that's the second thing. The third thing that comes to mind, the third lesson I should say, is that it's now, I posted a story that I picked up those shoes that I showed you guys earlier on. I had a few people reach out to me saying, hey, like, this is fucking sick what you're doing. And it's basically expanded my network, and I was grateful for that. But those are the 3 lessons in my journey of going for a run. I hope you guys took away some sort of value. Please consider subscribing to the channel, giving this video a thumbs up, and going down below and letting me know if there's anything that resonates with you or you've taken away some sort of value. Until next time, love, peace, and bless.